Hey Calvary family, Pastor Brennan here, and I wanted to connect with you this morning to provide you with some updates on our COVID-19 response and what we're doing here at Calvary Chapel Northeast to address the current situation. As you know, over the last few days, there's a lot of new information that has come out. When we gathered via live stream on Sunday morning, we shared with you that it was our intent to put things in place here at church such that we could have smaller gatherings still in person throughout the week here. And on Sunday, there was guidance of no groups over 250 with certain precautions in place, and then that dropped to 100 and then to 50. And then yesterday, President Trump shared in his 15-day response plan asking that no groups across the country gather in groups larger than 10. And so as you might have expected, that puts us in a situation where in complying with that, we need to go ahead and forego all services here in person at Calvary Northeast. And that's a difficult decision just simply because we love being together. We love being with you. We want to be the church. We want to gather and worship and pray and study the Word. But right now, as we've said all along, complying with these requirements, making sure that we're doing our best to stop the spread of the virus is the best way for us to love our community, to love our neighbor. And so effective immediately through the end of the month, all in-person gatherings here at Calvary Northeast are suspended. That includes men's and women's studies, that includes youth group, that includes even our prayer gatherings on Sunday evening and on Thursday mornings. What we will continue to do is have our Wednesday midweek service starting tomorrow night, as well as our Sunday services online. We'll continue to have our worship, our announcements, the teaching of the Word, and you can join us via live stream for those services, and we encourage you to do so. Throughout this time, we're going to get creative with additional ways in which we can minister to you. We may begin sharing some online devotionals just to afford more opportunity to be in the Word together. We're going to encourage you, though, as well, to really step up your game at home. This is an opportunity for you to make sure that your time in prayer, your time in the Word, that discipleship is happening in the home. That's a responsibility that each of you have. And our hope, our prayer is that come the beginning of April, we're in a different situation in our country where we can begin gathering together again. Now, it may look different at that time. There may still be some additional precautions that we have to put in place. But we're going to continue to work through this situation. I want to encourage you to support one another during this time. While we may not be gathering together because we believe that's the best response for our community, that doesn't mean that we still don't serve one another. I'm going to ask you guys to make sure that you're reaching out to us, that you are making us aware of needs that you have. Maybe you have neighbors who are in need. Maybe this is an opportunity to make a grocery run for someone. And so there's going to be different ways in which we can serve one another. We're doing our best to make sure that we continue to be good stewards of our finances here at church, knowing that in the months ahead there could be some real financial need, and we want to be in a position to be able to help people with that. So we'd ask for your prayers about that as well. Ultimately, guys, God is still on the throne. It's not the first time in history that the way in which we live our lives day to day has changed a little bit. But there's one thing and one thing only that hasn't changed throughout time, and that's the God who we serve. He's still on the throne. He's still above all things. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. His word is still the same. His promises are still the same. And so I want you guys to be encouraged by that. There's going to be additional email communication, keeping you informed of what's happening here, if anything changes at all. And again, please let us know if you have a need. And let's be together as a body, albeit in separate locations. Let's continue to unite our hearts together as we navigate this time. I'd leave you with this morning from Hebrews chapter 11, the very beginning of our study in Hebrews 11 and verses 1 through 3. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good testimony. By faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which are visible. We have a faith that goes beyond the things that we see happening around us day to day. Keep your eyes on Jesus, folks, and he'll carry us through this time. I love you all very much, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. God bless.